On November 12, 2021, 19-year-old Ashley Wadsworth from Canada traveled to the United Kingdom to visit her boyfriend, whom she had met online. Ashley was incredibly happy to finally meet him after many years of online communication. However, no one could have imagined that this joyful reunion would turn into a tragedy. Ashley Wadsworth was born on July 25, 2002 in Vernon, British Columbia, Canada. She was the daughter of Kenneth Wadsworth and Christy Gendron, and had an older sister named Haley. The Wadsworth family was large and closely knit, consisting of more than 50 members, including various cousins, uncles, and aunts, all living in the same community. Ashley was cheerful, sociable, and energetic, which made her popular and well-liked. She enjoyed outdoor activities such as swimming, horse riding, and skiing. Ashley also liked playing tennis and the clarinet. Additionally, she was very active on social networks, constantly sharing jokes and photos. Ashley met Jack Ken through social networks. They first connected in 2015 when she was 12, and he was 15. It is known that Jack was born on January 9, 1999, and his mother, Tracy Dalton, was married to a man named Ricky. Jack's relationship with his father, who died in 2019, was reportedly strained. As for the rest of his family, he did not communicate with his brother Jordan, but he did maintain contact with his sister Nadia. Besides his mother and sister, Jack did not have many close people in his life and preferred to interact only through the internet and video games. According to some acquaintances, Jack often got into trouble at school, though they did not remember him as a cheerful, charming, or loud child. They also spoke of his darker side, which emerged when he was angry, displaying aggression towards himself and others. It was Ashley's friend who introduced the two young people through social networks. Like many other teenagers, Ashley found it normal to interact with strangers through various platforms and form virtual friendships. It didn't matter whether they shared common interests or simply felt attracted to each other. Jack and Ashley quickly became virtual friends. At this point, she did not have a smartphone and used the family computer to access social media, so her friendship with the Englishman was never a secret to her relatives. According to Ashley's mother, during their long-distance friendship, Jack had several relationships with different girls, and Ashley also had typical teenage experiences. Although there were periods when communication between the young people ceased, the connection never completely disappeared, and they continued to communicate for many years. As Ashley and Jack grew older, their relationship evolved. They began communicating not only through social networks, but also via video calls, making their relationship more intimate and romantic. Jack soon became a familiar face to Ashley's family members, who would usually greet him as if he were actually in their living room. Moreover, he frequently sent gifts to the girl, including teddy bears and handbags. Ashley's family and friends said that she always compared every boy she met to Jack. Due to the 8-hour time difference between Vernon and Essex, where Jack lived, the young couple often stayed up late or woke up early to talk. In 2018, when Ashley was 15, she began expressing interest in meeting Jack in person. However, her family did not allow her to travel alone to another continent. From time to time, the young couple argued like any other pair. When Ashley blocked Jack on her social networks during such disputes, he would create new accounts or send her messages through his sister or acquaintances. This behavior was troubling and intrusive to the girl's relatives, but she insisted that he was a compassionate and kind-hearted person. In October 2018, Jack had Ashley's name tattooed on his arm. She was 16 at the time, and he was 19. The girl's parents considered such a declaration of love excessive and warned her to be careful and not even think about doing the same. Soon after, during one of their arguments, Jack cut out his tattoo with Ashley's name using a knife. Afterward, he began to show himself as a jealous and cruel person. He became angry when he believed Ashley was going out with men, although he continued to date other girls himself. However, he insisted that Ashley was his favorite and said that he only needed her. One day, Ashley received a call from a girl who was at Jack's house, claiming he would not let her go. According to a friend who was present during this conversation, Ashley was not upset and even reacted as if she were used to such situations. She simply asked Jack to stop acting crazy. Ashley did not tell her parents about it, but she told her friends, who insisted that she end any contact with him. Despite numerous disputes and problematic behavior from the man, the couple always made peace. Ashley was only 18 years old and had known Jack since her early teens. She seemed unaware of the extent of his manipulation. From a young age, Ashley began working in fast food restaurants and department stores, saving money for entertainment. Her first major purchase was a tablet to use social media privately. Then she started saving for a trip to meet Jack in person. During her senior year of high school, Ashley, who had always been a very religious and curious person, experienced an epiphany after reading the Book of Mormon and began following the Church of Jesus Christ of Latter-day Saints. Ashley graduated in 2020 from Sion High School and planned to study law at Thompson Rivers University, aiming to become a lawyer. However, she did not immediately enroll as classes were held via video conference due to the COVID-19 pandemic. Wanting to fully immerse herself in the university community, Ashley decided to take a break before continuing her studies. In the first half of 2021, she continued to work and save money, and in April of that year, she was baptized into Mormonism. At that time, Ashley, who had always been a bold and stubborn girl, decided to travel to the United Kingdom to meet Jack in person and celebrate his birthday with him. Her parents and friends were not pleased with the idea, but nothing could stop her since she had her own money and was of legal age. On November 12, 2021, Ashley traveled to the UK with a 6-month tourist visa. It was her first time leaving her homeland, and she was very excited about the trip. Ashley and Jack met for the first time in person on November 13, 2021. On the same day, Ashley changed her profile picture to a photo with him. Jack was already 22 years old and looked much older than Ashley. He was covered in tattoos, including on his face, and the contrast to the young, cheerful 19-year-old girl was stark. During her stay in London, Ashley lived in Jack's house. Since 2020, the young man had been living alone in an outbuilding of a public housing estate in northwest Chelsworth, an area with a dubious reputation. However, the couple explored the nicer parts of the city in Essex. Jack seemed to be the same person Ashley had met online. He was loving and caring, showered her with compliments, and never refused a romantic selfie. However, he was inconsistent and could be cruel. The couple was together every day. Ashley, who had a tourist visa, could not work and was unemployed. Jack received social benefits and occasionally got financial support from his mother, Tracy, who lived nearby. Ashley tried to constantly post photos and comments from the trip online. Most of the photos showed the couple cuddling, having fun, and enjoying romantic moments. Ashley kept in regular video contact with her family, and everything seemed to be going well. They even adopted a kitten, which they named Winston. Over time, however, Jack began to withdraw into himself. He no longer wanted to go out and sightsee, but preferred to stay home, smoke illegal substances, and play video games. Being in a foreign country, Ashley could hardly do anything on her own, though she loved being outdoors. Her options were limited by what Jack wanted to do. Before Ashley went to England, one of her church friends in America put her in touch with American missionaries who would be in Chelsworth at the same time as her. Ashley wanted to meet these young people who shared her religion and befriend them, but Jack would not allow her to go to church on Sundays. However, she stayed in contact with them via text messages. To prevent Jack from discovering this by looking at her phone, she deleted the messages. Her new church friends quickly realized that Jack was controlling her and possibly abusing her. When she spoke to them about her problems, she admitted that she knew she deserved better, but she just wanted Jack to be happy. The cruelty was not limited to controlling Ashley's interactions with other people. About 6 weeks after the girl's arrival, Jack texted his mother to tell her that he had hit Ashley because he had found out she had blocked 2 British numbers on her phone years earlier. He decided they belonged to other men, which triggered a fit of jealousy. Although Ashley continued to post photos of their seemingly perfect trip on her public social media, she created a secret profile where she began to show her bruises. Ashley did not hide the abuse from her sister Haley, but threatened to cut off communication if she told their mother, as she did not want her family to hate Jack. In late December 2021, Jack took an excessive number of anxiety pills. Ashley called an ambulance, which quickly took the man to the hospital, where he was treated for an overdose. Afterward, the girl was appointed as Jack's caretaker and took responsibility for the safe administration of his medications. Although Ashley did not tell his mother or his friends about this, Haley accidentally revealed the secret. Obviously, the mother was concerned and asked her daughter to return home, but Ashley insisted that Jack needed to get better first. In early January 2022, a new incident occurred. Jack broke a beer glass on Ashley's head. Sobbing, the girl contacted her sister via video call while the man forced her to clean up the shards. In the background, Haley saw Jack pacing back and forth, screaming and clenching his teeth. Haley pleaded with her sister to come home, but it was to no avail. On January 9th of the same year, Jack celebrated his 23rd birthday with his family and Ashley, as if nothing had happened. Shortly thereafter, Jack's mother and her husband organized a family outing to a small coastal town, concluding that a change of scenery might help reduce tensions. In the photos, everything looked so perfect that even Ashley's parents, who were unaware of the seriousness of the situation, breathed a sigh of relief when they saw their daughter's calm and happiness. However, the apparent tranquility soon disappeared. During an argument in late January, Jack hit Ashley again and threw a candle and a remote control at her while she was having a video chat with Haley, who once again pleaded with her sister to come home. Ashley initially agreed but soon backtracked. She believed that somewhere inside this cruel man was the same charming guy she had known for so many years. Ashley prayed that time and her love would heal the situation. According to conversations with his mother, Jack seemed to understand the cycle he had driven Ashley into. He accused her of infidelity, hit her, and then apologized. Although Jack appeared to feel guilty for his actions, it was not enough to prevent the tragedy that eventually occurred. On the morning of February 1st, 2022, Jack again became enraged at Ashley, accusing her of having run away and meeting other people behind his back. He even demanded to see her phone and check all her social networks. Shortly before 8 a.m., Helen Bortonshaw, Jack's neighbor, heard Ashley screaming through the shared wall, and a few minutes later, the woman appeared at the door. When the door opened, Helen saw a barefoot, tearful Ashley, bleeding from her palm. The victim explained that Jack had caught her looking at a photo of a naked woman and had become furious, insulting her, hitting her, then smashing her phone and throwing her kitten against the wall. Despite fears that Jack might kill her, Ashley begged Helen not to call the police. Helen agreed, but pleaded with Ashley to come with her to a doctor's appointment instead of returning to her partner's apartment. Ashley refused, and Helen decided to speak with Jack, who apologized for what had happened, remained calm, and then went to his appointment. At around 9 a.m., Lucy, another neighbor, brought Jack a package that had been mistakenly delivered to her address. He was reluctant to open the door, but Lucy didn't care, knowing he wasn't a friendly or paranoid person. Around the same time, Ashley called her family from Jack's phone. It was midnight in Vernon at that point. The girl's mother already knew what was happening with Jack because Haley could no longer bear it and had confessed everything. The parents immediately bought a return flight ticket for February 3rd. When Ashley told Jack that she would be leaving in 2 days, he agreed to accompany her to get the necessary COVID test for the trip, and also said he would take her to the airport. Ashley's mother told her daughter to go directly to the airport if her boyfriend attacked her again, and warned Jack that she would call the police if he hurt her daughter again. Ashley's conversation with her family lasted about 3 hours. When they finally hung up, it was 11 a.m. in Wadsworth and 3 a.m. in Vernon. A few minutes later, Jack texted his mother admitting that he had severely beaten Ashley again, thrown her to the ground, and possibly broken her arm. Between 11:20 a.m. and 12:30 p.m., Ashley sent several messages from Jack's phone to family and friends. Since it was night there, no one responded. She also wrote to her church friends in Chelmsford, asking for help and alerting them to her situation. Unfortunately, these messages were only received several hours later, when nothing could be done. Between 12:30 p.m. and 12:45 p.m., Jack attacked Ashley, strangling her until she stopped breathing. Then he went into the kitchen and took an 11 centimeters long knife, with which he stabbed her approximately 11 times in the chest and abdomen. After brutally ending his girlfriend's life, Jack went about his daily routine. Later, he changed his profile picture to one of himself with Ashley, which he captioned, "Forever Mine." He then recorded a video directed at Haley, stating that he loved Ashley, was very sorry but could not let her go, and that his mind was not working properly. The video, which was never sent, showed the girl's body beside him. While all this was happening in England, Ashley's family in Vernon woke up after seeing the number of messages Ashley had sent them. They called James Ashworth, one of their Mormon friends in Chelsworth. Jamie and Tyler Borden, another acquaintance from the church, went to Jack's apartment. After they knocked on the door and received no response, they called the police and waited. Meanwhile, Ashley's best friend, not realizing that the girl was no longer active on her social networks, texted her in desperation. On the other end was Jack, who pretended to be his deceased girlfriend. He told her friend that the messages were sent because she needed help with her COVID test, but that was no longer necessary. Messages from Ashley's family and friends kept coming, but Jack ignored them, and they all tried desperately to get news from her. Finally, Jack called his sister Nadia. When the girl answered, he admitted that he had killed Ashley, and even showed his sister the body. It was about 4:45 a.m. when the police, responding to Jamie's call, entered the apartment. Although it only took 10 minutes for them to arrive at the scene, it was already too late. The police immediately arrested Jack, who was covered in blood. The man told the officers that he was having a psychotic episode and admitted to the crime. He was then taken to the Chelsworth prison. The trial was scheduled for September 7, 2022, at the Chelsworth Crown Court. Toxicological tests showed that Jack had only traces of mild controlled substances and a small amount of anti-anxiety medication. Furthermore, according to the results of a psychiatric evaluation, the defendant was able to make statements and stand trial. The evidence against Jack was overwhelming and included a video recording in which he admitted to the crime. The man pleaded guilty immediately, and the judge informed him that only one sentence could be imposed: life imprisonment. On the day of the hearing before Judge Edward Murray at the Chelsworth Crown Court, prosecutor Simon Spence detailed Jack's criminal history as a teenager. At that time, Ashley's parents first learned who their daughter's true friend was. Jack had been in trouble with the law since 2014, having been arrested multiple times for stalking a girl, kidnapping, unlawful imprisonment, and violent assault. He had also been issued several restraining orders against his mother and girlfriend. Ashley's parents were shocked when they learned of the criminal history of the man who took their daughter's life. During the hearing, the prosecution and defense exchanged views on a letter Jack had sent from prison to Ashley's family, in which he expressed his remorse for his actions. After the hearing, Judge Murray allowed the letter to be published in the media, citing the principle of open justice. In the letter to Ashley's entire family, especially her mother and sister Haley, he stated that he knew nothing he said or did could bring Ashley back or relieve them of the pain they were experiencing. Jack regretted his actions and mentioned that they knew about his mental health because he had openly talked about it with Ashley. He added that his condition had deteriorated quickly, and that while this was no excuse, the intrusive thoughts had a significant impact on his thinking and actions. Given the long history of violent acts presented by the prosecutor and his admission of guilt, Jack was sentenced to life imprisonment with the possibility of parole after 25 years.